Greetings, everyone. Hi, Adeline. How are you? So, how is everything going for you, guys? I will wait another moment so that YouTube can notify everyone, and everybody has a little bit more time to log into your accounts. For those of you who don't know me, my name is AMALIGHTWORKER. I do Akashic Records readings, Akashic Records healing. I am also a Reiki master teacher. I can also certify you in Reiki. I do tarot readings, energy clearings, space energy clearings, and personal energy clearings. So I do provide a variety of services. And for those of you who would like to know more, please visit my website, www.amalightworker.com. And if you'd like to book a session with me, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. So if you happen to be on the chat, send me a greeting, hello, let me know where is it that you're chatting from. Love One is greeting me. Hi, thank you. How are you doing? So allow me for a moment. I have already opened the Akashic records, and the Akashic records are going to guide me today as to what do I need to talk to you about? What messages they would like to bring to you? Hi, Liz. How are you? How's everything? Nice chatting with you. And it does feel that we will be talking a little bit about the new upcoming month of June 2020. We will be talking about the general energies. And we are also going to be talking about this huge emotional shift that is happening to all of us at a planetary level, no matter whether you are located in United States, whether you are suffering the grief or, and grieving for the Texas school shooting, or whether you are going through your own personal journey, having to figure things out. So I see a few more people in the chat. Noel, hi Amma, nice to see your face. Thank you for your time. Oh, thank you, Noel from Maine. Thank you very much. Greenfields, Ireland. How are you? Tina Wong, big hugs from New Zealand. Thank you for watching me for all the way to New Zealand. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your house, Liz. I'm just responding to a chat. Okay, Oana. Oh, thank you so much, Oana, for watching and rewatching some of my Akashic readings here on YouTube. Melanie, how are you, Melanie? Lisa, oh, thank you so much from Ohio. Okay, and I will be dedicating a little bit of time at the end of the reading to take very few questions from the audience. And again, remember that I am not the one choosing who am I going to answer. Okay, or what questions to answer. The Akashic records will be picking the questions, and I'm simply the interpreter. I just tell you word per word what I hear from the Akashic records. Hi Claire, how are you? In case you are wondering, there's different ways of opening the Akashic records, and the way that I got certified and trained to do that, it is through a process called the pathway prayer process. And the Akashic records are the dimension that is closer to God. Basically, if I have to put it in simple words for you to understand, if you have no idea what that is, imagine like this is an energetic universal library where everything that has happened, everything that is happening right now, and everything that will happen is recorded there. And the beauty of the Akashic records is that, of course, it has layers, it has different dimensions and different energetic beings protecting and watching uh, over that, and trying to also guide humans, as because all of the humans have this birthright to access the Akashic records. And the beauty of the Akashic records is that uh, through the Akashic records, we are able to see possibilities. The Akashic records do recognize and respect your free will. You have free will. And at the same time, nothing is written in stone. If you have a yes or no type of question, yes or no type of situation, what the Akashic records are going to do is they're going to explore both options for you. What happens if you're saying yes to a situation? What are the advantages and the advantages of you having to say yes? How would that affect the rest of your life? If you say no to a situation, they will be looking at both the advantages and the disadvantages of you having to say no to a situation, and how this decision now may be affecting the rest of your life. And now that you know both predictions, you get to make your choice. Okay, so based on your free will. The Akashic records, yes, they do predictions, but they are also able to give you advice. And provided that you are going to choose out of your free will to follow that advice, that they're going to give you a tiny little baby step to do that perfectly makes sense to you, and provided that you're going to follow that, that's how you're going to ensure a prediction coming true. So I see a few more people on the chat. Modern Goddess, good morning to you too. So it's afternoon for me here, but it's morning where you are. Jessica from Philippines, how are you? Oh, thank you. That's why I chose it, because I also love pink. Philosophy from Portugal. Yes, yes. And Pamela Williams, how are you? So Liz is talking about a package where I also talked about this before. Through the Akashic records, they told me a program to create and to put together that focuses on abundance. So financial abundance is part of that. So it's a financial abundance and prosperity program, which is about 5 weeks. And each week we're going to decide on a time and a day that we're going to meet. Each session may be at the very least 1 hour, so an hour to an hour and a half. And we will be so in other words, through the Akashic records, you are going to be attuned to your own personal symbol of financial prosperity. We will be also looking into karma, any soul contracts that you may have that may be affecting your financial situation today. We will be looking at karmic ties, personal and family ties, any issues that maybe you have inherited. Each and every soul is given a special personalized symbol with whom you connect to this universal energy of abundance, because money in its own is energy. Okay, you pay money for something that you need. It is an exchange of energy. And I could have done this as a group setting because the vibration is higher, but my clients preferred to do it like a one-to-one kind of a package. And yes, I went through a phase when I was moving and I had a lot to do, but I had all the clients that I had, they offered to give me a testimonial, because after a while I still talk to them to see like how everything is going. We also get to set a few goals, and everybody was more than willing to make a little video for me to post here, and to give me other kinds of testimonials. So I will be talking a little bit more in detail about that program for anyone who is interested. Comment in the chat or in on the comment section down here below. Email me privately if you need to. My email is amalightworker@gmail.com, and again, you can find my information posted in this little section down here below in the description box. Okay. And understand, once you set the intention that you want to learn about the prosperity and abundance from an energetic point of view through the Akashic records, you are going to notice yourself that even before you sign up for it, you're going to be able to feel this huge shift in energy. Hi, Abstract Wellness, how are you? And she's also one of my clients who did purchase the abundance program. Okay, with that being said, now we're going to focus on the upcoming energies for June 2022. And this is for everybody, regardless of your zodiac sign, regardless of your sun sign, rising sign, or your moon sign. So this is for everyone. In June 2022, it's all about you being able to observe more, to listen more, to listen for what is not openly said, to be able to notice the different tone and the different nuances in a written message, in documents that you may be dealing with, to be able to read through the lines, to be able to read and to notice, to read and to understand the fine print. Many of you are going to have a huge aha moment, a moment of deep realization, and you are going to be able to make a decision and to follow through. It is not going to be unusual for those of you who are going through some kind of a relationship or marriage troubles. Because in June, for many of you, if you are in a situation where you have been struggling a little bit in this marriage or in this relationship, you are going to be making up your mind either about to stay in this relationship and make it work, or at the very least to give it another shot. But for others of you, the choice or the situation is going to be very clear that you are better off in your own separate ways. This is going to be something that will come from your heart, is going to come internally. And you're going to feel so much more at ease and in peace having to make that decision internally. In the next upcoming months, everything that will unfold will revolve around either this breakup or this divorce or the aftermath of it. There are also going to be other people that suddenly, even when you don't think about it, you could be very surprised by either a sexual attraction or a special connection that you're going to have with someone. If you have felt that maybe you did put love in the back burner, when you least expect it, you're going to be getting a message, or somebody may be telling you that this other person is interested in you. You could be invited out on a date. You may end up meeting someone. So there is this sense of attraction all over you. For many of you, you're going to also be focusing on plans for the summer. This could be plans in regards to your job that you have. These could be plans of if you have a business, you could be making, business arrangements, plans, ideas, or brainstorming about the next few months. And you could be planning your upcoming vacation. But whatever this is, you may end up having invitations out of nowhere. You could end up having opportunities showing up for you out of nowhere. And many of you are going to jump on these opportunities. And you're going to be internally more free, more ready to embrace the new. You're going to be looking forward to creating a new environment for yourself. You may be looking forward to expanding your work connections. You may be looking forward to expanding your social networks, your social tie, the circle of your friends, family, relatives, acquaintances. And for many of you, you're going to end up meeting a group of people that to you, they're going to feel like your second family. For some of you, this group of people that is going to feel like a second family, it will be relatives that you haven't seen in a long time, maybe relatives you didn't know you had, but the connection will be there because you're going to feel blood is blood, and you're going to notice, like, oh my God. You're going to notice the similarities. You're going to feel that connection through your blood and your DNA. For other ones, it is through some kind of an activity that is based around charity, donations, activism groups, that you're going to grow to be so close to these people that you're going to end up making friendships for life. And that's how you're going to create your own little second family. And I'm also getting that for many of you, you are also going to be hearing news about babies being born, people that maybe had fertility issues and they are blessed with a pregnancy and with a child. It could also be you if you're going through that. So, how a child is going to show up in your life is going to be in the most surprising ways. You may end up being an uncle, you may end up being an aunt, a cousin may surprise you with a news of pregnancy. So there's going to be, or it could be through a friend announcing a pregnancy or a birth of a child. In many ways, you're going to feel that the presence of a child in your life, it is a great blessing because it's going to give you a great joy. I am also told that for some of you, you are going to be looking into the history of your past. For some of you, you could be looking into the medical history, your own personal medical history. You may be looking at the family's medical history, because for some of you, you could be going through some kind of a dilemma with a diagnosis, with some health concerns. And it's not a big deal. I'm not getting the sense that it is something major, but there's definitely some of you who need to have either a list of vaccinations, maybe a list of surgeries or major medical procedures that you did. For some of you, could be maybe you're switching insurance, or maybe you switch into a new doctor. So therefore, you need to transfer the medical files from one doctor or one institution to another. Because I am also shown that you could be working with different people now, and this could be alternative medicine, this could be the medicine in the traditional sense, but you could be dealing with a new treatment, new medication that is going to be a lot more effective, and you're going to be very pleased with the results. So for a lot of you, beginning in June, okay, and on, it's all going to be around healing, recuperating, and getting better. If you happen to have already planned some kind of a medical intervention or surgery, I am told that you have to be patient, you have to hope for the best. So approach it with an optimistic point of view, because I'm not getting the sense here that it's going to be any complications or anything more difficult that it needs to be. The Akashic records are giving me a sense of a lot of you recuperating and feeling much better than before. Something that you did in the past or in the recent past. It could be a change. For some of you, maybe you changed financial institutions. Maybe you changed banks. For some of you, it could be in terms of some important documentation, something that you did sign or you did not sign. It could be something that you did. It could be anything at all, like breaking ties with somebody, or making sure that you prevented something from happening. Now in June and on, June, August, July, June, July, August, even in September, you're going to have this huge sense of relief that you are able to put these affairs in order, because right before something happens. The Akashic records want to reassure you that yes, you are going to have regrets. Okay, about something that you could have done differently. Or maybe for some of you, you keep running scenarios in your mind, and maybe in your imagination you thought that you needed to act differently, you needed to do differently, maybe beating yourself up. But I'm getting the sense here that yes, you are going to have that aha moment that is going to put all of these inner voices quiet. It's going to shut down the inner critic, because at the end you're going to feel and you're going to see evidence that there's no need for you to have any regrets whatsoever. In many ways, you're going to feel that you are finally moving forward emotionally. For some of you, you could be finally moving or getting over someone or something. Okay, at a mental level, you're going to notice that your thoughts are not always around the same subject or the same person. So, in many ways, you are mentally moving on. I'm also getting the sense of a lot of you being able to travel, sign contracts about moving into new apartment, moving into a new home, being able to finally get whatever you needed to get together to do some renovations. I'm not getting the sense that this is connected to major renovations. So this could be minor renovations, or not to a grand scale renovations, but opportunities, money, everything that you need to do this will come together for you. I'm also told that some of you are going to have something interesting happening with your jaw, your teeth, could be about dental work, could be about some misunderstanding. It may also end up being a funny situation that involves your teeth, or like some kind of a silly accident, but pay attention to your oral hygiene and do not neglect any symptoms, okay, that involves your teeth. So for some of you, in June, dentist is going to be a priority. Okay, and the energy is going to feel a little bit more light and airy. You're going to be able to have this sense of balance. If you have been working so much, okay, in May, as you are transitioning from May to June, you're going to have a sense that something is shifting and is changing in your daily activities, in your daily routine, because the energy again doesn't feel so heavy. Whatever emotional burdens you are carrying within you, you're going to notice in June that you're not going to be so stressed, or you're not going to feel the same heaviness. Many of your affairs are now going to start to unfold, particularly for those of you who felt that nothing special was happening in your life, feeling that maybe life is just the same, nothing has changed. I'm getting that for some of you, you are going to be receiving news, information, or a personal notification from the government, a government or a state department. It could be finally about some important paperwork connected to land, properties, the buying or selling of some real estate. It could be about justice being served, particularly for those of you who have anything going on with courts, the legal system, lawsuits, or immigration. And you are also going to be able to help someone else who is going through similar circumstances that you personally had to go through. You could be guiding them through their emotional ordeals. You may guide them through a breakup or a divorce. You may find a way to help them financially. You may giving them advice based on your own personal experience, practical help. Many of you are going to be in a circumstance where you are going to be able to help and to guide a family member, a relative, or a community of people. And I am also told that you could be having a request or an offer to come and teach, to train other people, to maybe teach a group of people through a workshop, through a Zoom meeting, through the internet, social media, or in person. If you are working, you could be in a situation where something major at the work situation will be trusted to you. They could be giving you the keys to where the money is. They may be granting to you more responsibilities and more freedom, more power in your work. They could be putting you in charge of training. They could be assigning to you special duties. Some of you could be dealing with a credit card related situation, whether that means that you have to go through financial counseling, debt relief situation, or having to talk to authorities in regards to debt, credit card debt in particular. I'm also shown that some of you could be putting together everything that you need, whether this is materials, testimonials, documents, everything, referrals, everything that you need in order for you to apply for a grant. This could be a grant connected to your work. This could be a personal grant. This could be even a scholarship. So you're going to be able to put together whatever you need to put together as a package in order for you to apply for this grant or a loan or even a scholarship. You also have to pay a little bit more attention to your hips, because for some of you, there's a sense that there's some heaviness or discomfort around your hips. This could be maybe because you injured your foot, your leg, you're walking a little bit funny. Maybe for some of you, you need to pay attention to what kind of shoes are you wearing, what kind of heels are you wearing. I see for some of you that this is going to be a temporary situation with some aches, pain, or discomforts connected to your hips, your legs, and your feet. But I'm also told that if you are not clumsy by nature, you're going to be a little bit clumsy in June. So pay attention here of not hurting or injuring yourself in some ways. There's going to be situations where you have to uncover something from the truth. And once you lift that lid, you have to be very ready and prepared to what is going to show up from that past. And they're talking about the Pandora's box. And for some of you, it could be connected to the medical history. For some of you, it's going to be in connection to the inheritance or the family's past. For some of you, it's going to be connected to services that you may be getting that involve karma. But there's going to be taking a deep look into your past. You could be reflecting onto your own personal past so that you can see, okay, the errors of your ways. So you can see like what you used to do versus what you do now, or what you have done to empower yourself and to change your circumstances. So in some ways, for many of you, if you are not personally going to sign up for services to kind of heal the health or something in connection to the karma, kind of to free yourself from the past, please know that at a karmic level, also as a result of a combination of eclipses that we just had, it is a time energetically for all of us human beings to get to another level where in which karma sort of shows up to clear the path from the past, to give you another chance to be able to move forward and to be able not to be negatively affected by certain aspects of your personal karma that you have inherited and certain aspects of the family karma that you have inherited. The Akashic records are also showing to me some of you having to do blood work. So you're going to be looking at your DNA, looking at what is that could be affecting your blood. For some of you, could be just like a routine medical checkups, routine things that involve your health. But for some of you, this is going to be deeply important because finally you're going to be properly diagnosed. They're talking about some kind of a misdiagnosis that maybe you are not aware of, and there could be something that maybe the doctors didn't pay attention or they didn't catch it the first time around, or even you, maybe you didn't know that there was something for you to check upon. And if you feel that you need to make a change, either in regards to relationship, a marriage, to make a change in setting certain boundaries with a person in a friendship situation, or setting better boundaries at your office or at the place of work, it feels that in June you're just going to be able, because again, you think it, you follow through with it, and you may be putting yourself on a diet. You're going to be persistent. You're going to stick to it because you're going to have the strength that you didn't have before, but also your body. For some of you, maybe it was a medical condition that you had. Now that that's going to be healed, your body's going to react better toward a new diet. Or maybe it's not about a diet, it's simply about eliminating certain foods, because now you identified those food as not having a good effect on your body. For some of you, you could be dealing with new instructions. So this could be new instructions of the workplace, new instructions from a lawyer, new instructions from a doctor, new instructions from a personal trainer. For some of you, you could be part of some kind of an exercise program, whether you could be doing that individually or with a group of people. But this time around, you're going to stick to it because you are also going to have the will that you didn't have before, but you are also going to see results. And for many of you, I'm getting a sense of the changes are going to be noticeable. For some of you, it's going to be the way how you speak. It's going to be you developing a new vocabulary, being more eloquent. So it's a notable change. For other ones, it's going to be your physical appearance, changes that you're making with your wardrobe, your physical appearance, your hair. For other ones, it's going to be the changes that you are doing in your own personal environment, with your home. And these changes, for many of you, are also going to be portrayed in your social media. You could be changing any profiles that you post on social media. This could be your LinkedIn resume that you post, Facebook pictures, Facebook profile, your website, if you happen to have a website, or if the company that you work for has a website, that could be changing. So everything will be changing, the cover, okay, or the front page, or the way how your work is being introduced to others, to the world, how you introduce yourself to others now will be shifting and changing, because little by little you're going to feel more and more connected to your soul, to the very essence of who you are. And the very essence of your soul, who you are, is going to be able to shine through you, through everything that you do. So I'm not getting the sense here that any changes that you like to do, you have to force your way through it. Yes, you may be facing misunderstandings, misconceptions that you have, but I'm also getting the sense that where there could be a problem, you are also going to come up with a solution. Where there has been a problem and you didn't know how to solve it, now you're going to be able to see the solution. And I'm also being told that for many of you, you're going to be very fast in your feet, very fast in thinking, very fast in addressing issues and resolving them. You may also be dealing with technology issues or technical issues, and immediately there's a problem, but you're also going to be very quick in figuring out an alternative solution. It's all about your budget in June. What is it that you can afford? What is it that you cannot afford? It's about you taking a more pragmatic and realistic view at your finances. If there is anything in your past that is still pending upon you, whether that is debt, whether that is a tax situation, anything that you need to pay, anything that is owed to you, whoever owes you money, but it is also about you taking a deeper look at your finances, not because, oh my God, I don't have money, okay? But it is about you being more aware. Where is it that you're spending most of your money? And is that worth it or not? Is there an alternative solution to that? So maybe you get the same product or the same thing somewhere else with a deal. Or so it's all about you looking at alternative solutions. If you have been using electricity, maybe some of you are going to be looking with in other alternative options. Maybe you cook with electricity, you may be looking at gas, or vice versa. So I'm also told that for many of you, you're going to be looking at resources that may be costing you less, or they are simply more practical. Many of you are going to take a better interest, or you going to start to wonder and be a little bit more aware about food shortages. Doesn't mean that it's happening to you personally. It may be happening in the area, it may be happening to people that you know, and it feels that you're going to feel this deep need to connect more to nature, to Mother Earth. If you didn't recycle before, you may get into recycling. You may be drawn to buying plants, raising your own food. So you're going to find your own way of connecting to nature. Or even if it is just I'm sitting in the nature and enjoying this moment, or meditating outside. I'm also showing a lot of you being able to exercise outdoors, to do more activities outdoors. But the difference this time around is that you're going to be able to enjoy it more, because again, that heavy feeling that you had internally, it's not going to be there anymore, and you're going to be able to enjoy more of the everyday life, the ordinary things that you do. Pay attention, particularly if you are somebody who has back problems, not to pull your back, or if you do any heavy lifting. So, or if you exercise, so pay attention to your back if you have had in the past injuries with your back, or if you know that you already have like a delicate back. And it's all about the special connections that you may have, meeting new people, making new acquaintances, because something in you, okay, it's breaking from within, because it has been there way too long and it wasn't allowing you to feel this connection with others. There is that sense of loneliness that some of you are struggling, okay, that you're going to be able to move past it. It's all about that sense of void that you have been feeling, or that sense like, I need life to be a little bit more different, that you're going to be able to address and to find a solution for it, to do something about it. Many of you are going to be able to share your own personal story, your own personal journey. For some of you, it's going to be in a journal, and it's going to feel free and liberating. For other ones, it's going to be about talking to a group of people. This could be people close to you, sharing finally, your story, your truth, your deep truth that no one knows. For some of you, it could be in some form of therapy. This could be talking to a psychologist, a psychiatrist, spiritual therapy. For some of you, is going to be through, I don't know if I mentioned a book, being able to share your story through a book, through a newsletter that maybe you have been able to, maybe you're going to be invited to give a speech to a group of people, and you're going to also be referring to your own personal struggles during that speech. You're going to find different ways to use your voice, to be able to better communicate with your voice, not only in terms of your physical voice, but also in terms of the throat chakra. The energy there is going to feel very, very different and much more balanced. So the advice from the Akashic records is, if you are in a position where you get to use your voice to fight for yourself, or to fight for people who don't have that privilege, okay, find a way, a legal way, to do so, or a proper way to go through the proper channels to do so, whether you have to address a complaint, okay, be an activist, give your signature to a cause that you believe in, and maybe people need more signatures, or even to address situations at your work through the proper channels, through the proper ways, through the proper offices and people. So you have to be very diplomatic. Pay attention not to talk more than you should, whether that is a social situation, in a meeting, because you may end up sharing more than you intended. You may be by accident, or maybe you are too trusting and you may be sharing personal plans or business idea that you have. You may be saying something that may be misinterpreted. Okay, so it's good to open up and to speak. Okay, but in some situations you also have to be aware, if there are new people that they don't know you, don't give up too much of your own secrets or too much of your own ideas, because some of these ideas may be great and somebody else may be stealing your ideas. Okay, so that was the general energies for June 2020. So obviously I was focused on this reading, so I didn't read or see the rest of the messages. Okay. Hi Fabiola, how are you? Okay, so some people are confirming something that I said during the reading about having to deal with the state, or hearing from the state. Maggie, Susanna from Madeira Islands. Okay. Jackie, how are you? Teresa White. Suzette, if I'm saying your name correctly, SMM. Okay, so I'm only going to take 2 people today, 2 questions. So that's what the Akashic records are telling me. Okay. Okay. Abstract Wellness, I'm sorry for your dog. And I think I've seen your dog in one of our Zoom meetings. I'm sorry for your loss. For some reason, they're telling me to talk to Patricia M. Baker. Okay. So I don't know if you have a question, but if you are typing your question, make sure that is very specific and not a general one. So I'm going to wait for Patricia for a moment, because they're telling me to talk to you for some reason. Okay, Patricia, okay. I can take a look at another person in the meantime. Okay, Patricia, I would like to know about the home situation in New Hampshire. So you have to be very specific. Are you looking to sell, buy, renovate? Because again, I don't know you. Okay, the Akashic records know everything about everybody, but in order, I need to understand the question so I'm able to understand the information that they're giving me. So I have people squatting 3. I don't know what that means. Squatters living there. I'm getting a sense here, for some reason they're mentioning a contract or something signed. If it's not a contract, there is something with a signature and some kind of an agreement. involved there. I'm not getting the sense that this situation is not resolvable, but for some reason, it's pointing out towards September. From September and on, that's when you're going to have a solution. So you are in a court case trying to get them out, and that's why. Okay, thank you for confirming that. So that's why I keep getting the sense of something being signed. So I'm actually getting the sense of September and on that the house is free. And I'm getting the sense that even before September, there's going to be something being granted to you. Okay, but for some reason, they're not moving out just yet, but they will be moving out. So something will be granted to you, but there's going to be a time frame attached to it. And I'm getting the sense that September and on, you're going to be free of them. And I'm also told that you have every right to do so. You're not just making this up. And I'm getting the sense that you have been more than patient. You should have taken legal action a lot sooner, but you should be glad that you took legal action when you did. So the situation will be resolved and you're going to be free of them. That's what I'm shown around this. And I hope that this is making sense to you, Patricia. Oh my God, so they have lived there rent-free for years. Now I understand the message, because the message is not designed to make sense to me. It's only designed to make sense to you. That's why they're saying you should have taken legal action, a lot sooner. But you should be glad that at the very least you did take legal action when you did. They're asking you to talk to the neighbors. There's something about the neighbors that you may want. I don't know if you know the neighbors, they're acquaintances, but they recommend for you to kind of make friends with the neighbors around this home, because there could be something useful for you there, Patricia. No wonder they chose you. It seems like you have been struggling with for years with this issue. Okay, so one more question. So I don't know where they want me to go. Okay. Jackie Klitke, I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. So any messages for you? Sometimes it's about forgiving and letting go, because there's a lot of emotions and ideas that you are still holding on from the past, because you are being shown to me, Jackie, as moving forward, but in the most surprising way. So it's like you have to open your heart to the surprises, the good surprises that are headed your way. But at the same time, try to think, because there is this heaviness in your soul, and you may not be able to understand right now and to realize that there is something that you may be holding on from your past. It could be hope that you are still holding on to, ideas, and there. So again, you are just a name on a screen. I don't know your age, I don't know anything about you, and it's very difficult to answer to questions this way. So I don't know if this is making sense to you. You need to write and talk to me, Jackie, but I'm getting a sense of your immediate future, and they're showing me a tree expanding its branches. So not only being able to move forward in one direction, but being able to expand and to grow. Okay, but life as you know it, or your past, is not going to be anymore. There's something for you looking for a big change in your life. Like your life is going to look completely different. And Jackie, are you still with the same person? Is there like a major breakup in your life, or a divorce from your past? Again, I don't know you, and I'm trying to understand something before I give you the rest of the messages. So you're shown they want to reassure you, Jackie, and they have a reason why they're telling you this. They want to reassure you, Jackie, that you are very lovable, but sometimes you make it you make it difficult for yourself, because you are all about giving love, okay, and you forget that you are also worthy of receiving love. And they're not just talking about a marriage or a partner, they're talking about the love that you give to everybody. Okay, you also should be able to receive back the love that you give to everybody, because you are worth it. You need to look at your whole life, and you need to look at what people or what causes or situations you have been given value, and have these people giving you the same value in return, because you need a better balance within you, with your own personal matters, in order for you to feel internally, emotionally more balanced. And they're talking about that private conversation that you have with yourself. They're talking about, what you feel internally that nobody knows about you. So put more emphasis in your value. You are worth it. It's never too late to evaluate yourself and to understand that you have been devaluing yourself. Give yourself more value. And once you are able to understand and to fully comprehend that internally, you will know exactly what's the next step for you to do. So that was all what the Akashic Records had for you today. Obviously, as I said, please don't take it personally. If you are not chosen, I am not choosing who to answer. The Akashic Records direct me to specific people. And for some of you, many of your questions seem to be a little bit more personal, or they require a lot of detail. So please don't hesitate to personally email me at AMALIGHTWORKER@gmail.com, like Modern Goddess. Everybody has a divine purpose. Thank you for bringing that up, but you may want to consider more of a personal reading. So understand, every human being has a soul, and your soul has a higher purpose. And through the Akashic Records, you get to know the purpose, and you get to know how you can be able to achieve that, or if there is a baby step for you to take right now. But Modern Goddess, they want to reassure you that you are in the right path. You may not know specifically your divine purpose, because for some reason they're telling me that this needs to be a private conversation between me and you, but there's something that you're doing and it feels right, because it's going to get you to the right place, the right direction, the right destination. Okay, so again, I'm sorry guys, I can't answer to everyone. And again, I would remind you and invite you to visit my website, www.amalightworker.com, and to email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. Thank you very much for sharing these moments with me. I do enjoy doing these live chats with you. It helps me to connect with you. It's different when you talk at the screen, when you do videos, and it's different when you do a live stream, because I'm able to chat with you. And I love having these live chats. So I will reconnect with you next time. So enjoy your Saturday, and we will be reconnecting soon. I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.